was having a conversation with my friend about that, like photography and ethics. For my first crit at Otis, I went out into the street. I realized I took a photo of someone who was literally kind of like looking at me like, you know, like what's happening. And in the moment, I think I was not like aware of that, you know, confusion or power imbalance. So when you mention ethics, that's like the photo that comes to my brain. Like I should never have taken that photo. She did not consent.
Welcome to What's My Thesis. I'm Javier Proenza, and today my guest is Azole Njengele.
Mm-hmm.
You say it once. Yeah. Let's get a clean one.
Azole Njengele.
Njengele. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, we were talking. You are actually not as young as you look.
No.
I feel like I need to clarify that early on.
Yes. Everyone thinks I'm 12 and I'm like almost 30.
Yes, so. Yes. I just wanted to be clear. I'm not interviewing a child.
No.
Not a parent. So we were talking. You're from South Africa.
Yes.
You're at Otis.
Yes.
I don't know too much about your practice. So let's start there. And then we can go from there.
So my practice is basically interdisciplinary. I work across many medium. Right now I have a focus on like photography.
Okay.
But I like started drawing.
You have like 3 different accounts.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm like,
you keep it all separate, right?
That's
the photography and the drawing.
I try not to confuse people because, you know, you kind of want a cohesive thing. But I understand now a lot of people do put their stuff together and I'm not sure how to merge my lives because I started so early.
How many do you have on these accounts?
I basically only have 2 because
No, but how many followers do you have? Do you have one that's dominant like that? Which one would you pick?
The dominant one is the photography one.
Probably because it's like, Instagram.
Yeah, because everyone likes the legible photo, you know. It's there, it's a pretty place and it makes sense. And then the drawings are like super abstract. They're like worlds. And that's on a separate account, Azolism. And yeah, I started drawing and that's where like my practice started.
So that like this is a good place to insert my question.
Yes.
What earliest memories of being an artist, making art as a kid, you know, and then the moment that you realize like, oh shit, I gotta be an artist.
You gotta be an artist.
I'm gonna be poor.
Forever.
The curse.
No. So basically I was actually into drawing like fashion. Like I was drawing outfits onto like
I could see that. You're very well put together.
I mean, I tried. My mom would shout at me if I was not presentable. You gotta be very put together. So it was like drawing these characters, and then I actually took a lot of art classes in high school and primary school.
And that was in like you have lived only for grad school in the U.S. or did you come here at some point?
Oh. The lore is so like there's so many layers.
Okay.
But I basically did my undergrad in like a different degree at home.
Okay, what was that?
It was architecture.
Oh, that's not that.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
You're the 12-year-old architect, right?
Literally, I would arrive for like years, like helping on the architectural team. Like, what's happening? But yeah, I did architecture before this. Lots of like, I saw the drafting table. I was like, so cool. It's taking me back to like drawing up plans and sections, elevations, trauma. But that's what, like kind of it links with the drawing, right? It's like drawing and then.
Well, I use drafting pens. All of that is on repeatographs.
Oh my gosh! Do you use the micro pens as well? Like,
Microns I like, but they get flexible after 0.8.
They do.
Okay. So and I can see that in the mark making, you know, like I can see the wobble. I'm a line nerd. We're lucky we're on an art podcast.
I know, but that's kind of where I started too. You can kind of you nerd out about the pens and like how it feels and what you're trying to make as well. And a lot of my practice started with mark making and drafting, and then I moved into like creating these worlds, which kind of related to the spatial qualities you learn when you're doing architecture. And then, you know, I was taking photos of spaces, and that's how I kind of got into photography as well. So it's like, I don't know, it's all connected. It's hard to separate from any one thing. But I relate to the line work because that's like my home base.
Yeah.
I was like looking at it and I was like, This is fantastic.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, there's so much you can do with just basic lines, and like that's been the fetishized element. I mean, I really do like doing the color stuff too.
Yes.
But oh my god, and there's line work in that, but like just like going into hatching. Hatching is like, it's so hard. It really, like my voice cracked. It's so hard.
you're like,
I was 12 again. No, there's still shit I can't do with cross hatching that I see in comics, and I'm like, I need to sit down and try, you know. But it's like, but sometimes, you know, like, if there's a difference between sitting there and looking at the source and then trying to get it down versus like, I think this is how they do it, and I always do I think this is how they do it and crash.
Yeah. I mean, it's a learning curve, and you find your own style of how to do it, which is always the fun part. Like, you copy as far as you go, and then it's like, okay, well, mine's never gonna look like that. Let me go in my own direction.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So so then when did you realize that you couldn't? Well, because obviously you were trying to be pragmatic and do architecture. When did you realize the burden of poverty was?
Is that too much?
No, I joke about artists being poor, but not every artist is.
No, some people know how to navigate things.
Yeah, I think the basics from what I've learned is make money outside of art.
That's literally how I'm doing things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm working. It's like a whole.
We got an hour. Do not feel at all like you got to answer quickly.
Okay. Basically, working is very. I'm like trying to drag out the words. I'm like recalibrating.
Buffering.
I guess the architectural work then sponsors my fun art stuff.
So you do work as an architect?
That's how I was doing it before. Right now, I'm doing my MFA, and I'm hoping that opens up different avenues, but I already know I'm gonna have to like do both or part-time.
Don't get into teaching.
No.
You're probably making much more money in architecture. I know that there's like a layer of hell in architecture where you're just like a pawn, but there's room to grow, dog.
Yes, and actually you get really exciting projects too. Depends like where you work and what the company's like working towards. I think residential projects are like kind of exciting for me. People are into commercial, like everyone has their own little flavor of what they want to do, but teaching probably not. I've tried it before.
You're probably better off teaching architecture than art.
Maybe.
Well, I'm pretty sure that like, because I just took a medical course, and I'm pretty sure that those teachers get paid nice.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Especially because they're just like cranking out like phlebotomy students, you know, like it's like a technical training program.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't imagine he's getting paid like millions, but I'm sure he's doing, I get a feeling he's doing better than some of my friends with their classes.
I mean, anything to help if you were thinking of going in that direction.
Oh yeah. No, that definitely. I was just talking to Manny Valdez, and he was, and you know him? Yes. Oh, cool. Wait, he's Otis too, right?
Alumni, yeah.
Alumni, yeah. Yeah, so he does retail, and what I was saying is like we were the kind of people who like art was the career, but we had all these shit jobs to
sustain.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't even know that was the word I was looking for.
I just grabbed it from the ether. I was like,
you're like psychic. So so tell me a little bit more. Because I mean, I like context. I don't want to make the whole conversation about all the politics in South Africa, obviously. But I'm sure they're part of life. So we can talk about the white genocide anytime you like.
Release me, no.
I'm joking. But no. Tell me about growing up, because I've known people from Cape Town and other places. So it seems kind of cool. It seems like there's a nightlife, and people have
things to do.
People have things to do. It just seems cosmopolitan.
The big cities for sure. I got to study in Cape Town, and so a lot of my that period of my life is very centered in that city. Mm-hmm. But I grew up in a small town, which is like culturally very different. And then I moved out to study in Cape Town. And then I worked in Johannesburg for a couple years as well. And there's obviously a lot to do in Cape Town. Hiking.
What's bigger, Cape Town or Johannesburg?
Landmass wise, Cape Town.
Okay.
Also things to do. Cape Town has like a beach and the mountain, so it's
nice.
Very diverse activities.
Subtropical.
Yeah.
So it sounds like I would love it. It sounds like Miami.
I mean, if you move there, you gotta support the locals. Then I would say we have like a bit of a gentrification issue.
Yeah. No, I would never do that.
I'm trying to look out for everyone. Like
yeah.
there with very good intention and obviously help.
I mean, yeah. No. It is a weird thing, like American just traveling abroad and just not
leaving.
Not even just not leaving, just kind of like there were articles about people in Mexico that were complaining about like the loud music.
Oh no.
You know, and then like complaining about how spicy the food was. So stuff like that, it's always just like, okay, dude, it's just crazy. But no, I'll probably just gentrify somewhere in Italy when I get older. Yeah.
All right. I mean, we'd probably love to have you there. Lots of the tourism industry is definitely expanded to try and accommodate for all the palates.
Yeah.
You know, so if it's too spicy, there will be a restaurant that.
What is the cuisine there? Kind of like, because African food. I told you I grew up in the UN, and my friend was Kenyan, and they had a houseboy, and they would just cook goat meat and like stews and stuff like that. And I'm like, what's up with he's from Kenya, so that's not sub-Saharan?
I think it's East Africa.
So Kenya, yeah. So I know it's a huge continent, but I'm guessing that there's like crazy different like food styles.
Foods. I mean, we have like amasi, which is like people are gonna look at me like what, but it's like a salad. We have that in the summer. We have stews, meats. You can have that with like pap, which is like it's like a maize corn sort of. Oh, it's closest to jollof. Is it jollof? I don't know. It's like we call it pap. I have like a picture in my head. I'm like, I wish I could like just
oh my god, out. We need a chef to translate,
right? Or to make the food as we're talking about it.
Wow, I should do a different show.
You should feed us on here.
Yeah. No, that would be amazing if I just pivot and I'm like, you know what? The true art is culinary. And then I just have chefs and make them cook for me. Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be so awesome.
Dude.
Are we both hungry?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely haven't eaten anything today. Well, tell me a little bit, is there like, because unfortunately the only South African artist I know is William Kentridge, which is like a white dude. But I mean, he's really good, and feel like he's not necessarily a bad representation. Like he's not. His work is. He's not pro-apartheid. Is basically what I'm saying.
No comment on that.
Oh, is he? I don't know.
I don't think so. A lot of his work was kind of illustrating like a lot of what was going on. He like does charcoal drawings and they're like animation.
Yeah.
And we did study a lot of his work in high school. I haven't touched base with his work since that long ago.
Yeah. There was there were like a couple of years ago, there was a big show here at the Broad.
Yeah.
So I've seen him recently, but I learned of him in college too. So he's pretty big.
Prolific artist in South Africa. It's just been too long for me to remember exactly what his work is like, but I remember the name, I remember the work, and remember the process of him erasing and redrawing, and that's pretty much all my mind is giving me.
But are there like, I mean, because I was influenced in Miami from all the artists in the Miami art scene. I didn't even know who was in LA. So like, what other aspirational were you guys looking at, like Damien Hirst and stuff like that, or was there more? Yeah,
mostly it's actually a lot of South African and maybe European artists, a lot of the older modernist painters. With the newer artists, it's people like Zanele, Muholi in photography. I grew up watching Tony Gum, She makes photographs as well. And because I'm like in the photography space, I've been looking at a lot of like contemporary South African photographers, and those are like the names that come to mind.
Is there like a thriving art community? Excuse me. Wow, that was crazy.
It's okay.
Is there like a thriving arts community there? It's
For sure.
yeah, because I've met artists from like that's what I've met.
Yeah.
Artists from Cape Town that'll come do residencies and stuff.
Yes.
You know, so it doesn't seem like it's like
It's not dead.
yeah, or I mean, you know, you hear about like the 5 main cities, but you forget that there's like other ones that have art markets, you know, and like it's important to highlight those too. But it's I would definitely love to visit. Maybe leave at some point.
Yeah. Visit and pack your bags.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cape Town and Johannesburg both have an art scene. I remember we had First Thursdays in Cape Town.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
All the galleries and even the architecture studios would open up their doors. We'd go and basically bar hop, but gallery hop, and there'd be free wine. Students, we love that. And I think Johannesburg had their own version of that. So it's definitely very lively, and you get to connect with a lot of artists there as well. Yeah.
When did you come over here? Just for Otis, or did you come over here before?
So I first worked in New York.
Okay.
At an architecture firm.
How long ago?
2023.
Oh wow.
Like halfway through that year, 2023, and then I was like, I need to go back to school, and then I was like, do I go back for like an MFA or architecture? And I was like, I'll start with the MFA, and I'll see if I have like if I want to go and do my master's in architecture afterwards. So yeah, I'm starting with the MFA because I was like, I think I need to give my practice a bit more space and time. And I had a momentum of a series of drawings I was doing. So I was like, I think I need to like keep the momentum and extend the practice into like, it just expanded a bit more. And then I got to Otis, and I'm like taking photos now. So I'm like, okay, so I don't know what happens with the drawings, but I think it's all gonna come together.
Is there a cultural difference between how American artists see the world and artists from Cape Town, especially out here in LA? I would imagine so.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, please speak on that.
Subject matter, the way we, I think, encounter the work or like develop it as well. I find a lot more people rooted in like their culture or, their culture, their own personal journeys, which are obviously, we have a whole context in South Africa of how people relate to art, to their art. I don't know. That's like that's a broad question.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no, but
like,
you can take it wherever you want. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I mean, like, cause I think that, well, I don't know. It feels like I've mostly just become interested in how like non-collectivist artists in America are.
Okay.
You know, like like everybody is trying to be the star as opposed to like maybe more of a what might be in a more socialist kind of mentality country, you know. Not that like Italians weren't like that. Italians were mostly, even though they tend to be more socialist now, they're like this guy Davey 405 left the country because he was paying 60% of his income. He's like a YouTuber that's famous.
Oh, okay.
And he like was paying 60% of his income to like the government, and then they raided him.
Oh.
And he was like,
yo,
I don't want to be treated. And it was just nothing like, but they raided him and they treated him like a criminal, and he was like, fuck it. It's just funny because, you know, Americans are all like, oh yeah, socialism is great. But then you do this, you see this guy that's like, you know, getting
his assets taken from him.
No, and he's getting harassed. I don't think it's even I don't think he cared about the 60%.
The money? Oh.
It was just the fact that he was paying so much, and then he was being treated poorly. You know. But anyway, we digress. But yeah, I think that I think that, for example, artists are very much, you know, they'll start collectives and stuff, but I think I've gotten this idea that at least in the US, artists are very competitive.
I think anywhere it's sort of like that. Maybe you get more group shows and collectives at home, but it's the art market.
Well, you're still part of the West, right?
Well, or am
no.
I?
No, I mean South Africa. Where do you guys? I guess. Would you be third world considered or global south considered? No.
Well, I guess so. I mean,
Just because the
currency is still
really bad.
Yeah, and there's a lot of imbalances, I would say, between the two worlds. So yeah, in a lot of ways, I would still say that just by quality of life and like opportunities and stuff.
Yeah. So it's not that cosmopolitan then.
The big cities, yes.
The big cities, yes.
They've made sure to.
Has there been a boom recently, kind of? Or they've always just sort of been centers of like.
I would say always, but obviously a lot more because a lot more money goes there first, like Johannesburg, Cape Town, maybe Durban as well, which is like on the East Coast, closer to Johannesburg. But yeah, those cities, I feel like they get most of the infrastructure and money poured into them. There's also a lot more tourism there, and people hear about Cape Town, they go to Cape Town. They don't hear about like East London or Bloemfontein and want to go to the middle of nowhere. It's also safer, I think, to just kind of go where everyone else goes because there's probably a curation of an experience there compared to like going elsewhere.
To more rural places?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So.
Well, tell me a little bit about what you're working on in grad school. Like what you said what pulled you into photography? I am no longer a photographer, but I studied it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of my patrons are people that are photographers. I have 2 painters. Everybody else is a photographer.
So from photography to line work is like the transition of that is very interesting. But that's art. The art transition, I would say, the art journey where you like pick up a medium and then you change your mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I've been taking a lot more portraits, which is different from the photos I was taking before, which were like very geometric and about space and light.
So you were more you went into it with more the architecture eye, and then now you're switching maybe more to people.
It's also photography is interesting because there's like an experience before you get the photo, like collaborating with people, setting up lights and coordinating behind the scenes, which I think is also part of the practice, right? Like the conversations people don't see, the direction of the model or like the space, and then interacting with a place because where you take the photo also like informs the work as well. So I'm like looking at all these layers and I'm like, this is all very important to building the image. But then people like meet the image and they're like, okay, great. And they move on. It's like, no, there was a whole world and everything came together. And now there's
What do you mean, the audience or the subject of the portrait?
The audience, I would say. When they see it, it's like, oh. But I'm like, no, there were sounds, there were smells, there were conversations. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been taking pictures of, like portraits. And I just got to LA. I came last year, July. So I've been looking at like different parts of the city and just documenting, trying to get familiar with the spaces. And I've been doing that on film photography, like black and white film, just documenting as much as I can. And I use that to sort of guide what I'm interested in. And then sometimes I'll revisit the place and place a model there and like work with the actual space. But yeah, photography. Yeah, that's pretty much.
What is it about portraiture? Like, who are you looking at? That kind of. I mean, it's such an interesting thing to point a camera at someone and photograph them, right? Because there's like, first of all, there's the trust there, right? Someone, because no one wants to look bad.
No,
people are okay with sincerity. One of the things that I struggled with early on with this podcast was I would take stills of people to try to like do a carousel post and all that. I don't do that anymore. It was such a nightmare. Well, the difficulty is that like what I think looks good, like I'll take a picture of you and I think, oh, you look good in it, but you have an idea of how you look.
Yes.
And if it doesn't match, it's weird, So there was a period where I would just give people 6 and they would pick, and I was always like, really?
That's what you think looks great?
Yeah. But people have a different relationship to their own image, right? Because unless you're in front of a mirror, you're not there. So
it's interesting you say that because that's one of the, I don't know, I think we did a reading surrounding that sort of perceptive double perspective sort of situation where you're aware of how you experience yourself and how you look, and then someone else doesn't quite get it. And I think people like Susan Sontag write about how that there's a violence in that because you misrepresent the person. And it's like, it's not really violent. I was just trying to show like, hey, this is what I think you look like. And the person's like, that's not me. And it's like, okay. So there's a level of power imbalance in that. Or
I support you pushing back on Sontag.
Yeah, I mean, oh gosh. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not like it's an intentional thing. I go out and try to misrepresent people.
No, I know, but it's an anxiety. It is an element of photographing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you don't have to care about what the street looks like.
No, street's gonna street. You know?
Yeah, or a wall.
No.
I had a teacher tell me that like you do not have enough life experience to be taking pictures of walls.
Oh my God.
And I get it.
Okay.
I was like 23, so I was
okay.
Just, not that I don't even think. In fact, I don't even think that was I'm making it about me, but it was probably something I heard about her say to somebody else. Because I don't remember really wanting to take pictures of walls.
It's also very poetic. There's like it's as if the life that you live is kind of written in your perception.
Yeah.
And that translates in a photo, which is very like, you never think like that, but that's how we see, right?
Well, there's the, I know he's been canceled by a subset of people that I don't really care about, but Picasso,
oh, wow.
He like, not that I endorse him dating 17-year-olds. I'm just saying that like, I don't care. It was a different time. I can separate the art from the artist, but he was like, I think somebody was complaining that it took him too quick to like paint something.
Okay.
And he was like, oh no, it didn't take me 30 seconds to, or whatever, like let's say 30 minutes to paint this. Mm-hmm. It took me 43 years and 30 minutes to paint this.
Okay. Yeah. He's like bringing in all the experiences
his whole life.
From the,
yeah. But that's an interesting, I guess, like, it is an interesting way of looking at it. Like, that's why I always like to get into people's like background and cultural background. What do you think is crazy about America as an outsider? That's fun.
Are you guys okay? Is anyone okay? I don't know. It's a little worrying. Like, we have our own situations at home, but to see things change so quickly in real time, because I've traveled in and out like twice over the past couple years, and you can already like feel the shifts in real time. Like, people from outside, it's like, I'm just here for school. Please do not, like, I'm not here for anything bad.
Oh wait, so you're getting like called an invader kind of thing, or
it's
like
more like,
go ahead,
like a bureaucracy. Like when the paperwork coming in. And the timelines of that, like visa appointments, stuff like that. It's like very much.
So the tone has changed. You've come here before.
Everyone's clutching their pearls. We have double the amount of paperwork, making sure you're like gotta be really on it.
Wow.
And even just other tensions being here as well. Like, I mean, it's just a lot going on. It's a bit scary. Dragging people off and they have their papers. It's like, what's happening? Yeah.
No, it's a crazy world for sure. Yeah. I mean, I try not to let that get too much to me, but yeah, it's stuff that I acknowledge, and I'm like, oh, what can I do? I think that's kind of where we're not okay.
Yeah.
The fact that we can't do nothing
about it.
Yeah, it's just happening, and you're just like, oh, okay, you guys are just gonna build that data center in Utah. Fine.
And then you just have to go to work.
We're not gonna have jobs. Fine.
No. I mean, is it fine? That's like that's my main concern. Like, how are people taking care of themselves? Like, should we be checking in more on each other? Like, how's everyone doing? There's a lot happening on an international level as well, in between countries in the world.
We're gonna not have much gasoline very soon. We're like on a precipice of denial. And this is gonna come out 6 weeks from now, so by the time this comes out, we'll be in the thicket of it. Yeah. So
I don't know. It's making me a bit more grateful to be here, though. Like, I get to be here and
see it collapse.
Just
like the best
grab my popcorn. Call my mom, like, did you see that? Like, no, it's not. I'm not spectating from that angle. I'm just grateful to be here. Really?
I'm like,
instigator. Shit. He's like, yes.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an instigator for
really?
sure.
So you're not like frightened by the chaos. You're kind of like, yeah, well, the systems will crash at some point.
I mean, like what am I gonna do? I could worry about it. You know, I'm worried about like immediate things. You know, like, but like, I can't stop the relationships we have with certain countries that do these things that, like, I mean,
yeah,
there wasn't even an option to vote against that, you know.
Right. So you're just like,
I'm like, okay, at this point, like, what can I do other than just have these conversations and just, you know, give people comfort, whatever comfort I can give them. And be like, yeah, it's just, it is crazy. It's like I'm in a state where I don't even know what I believe anymore about anything. There's all these possible realities that we live in, right? Like, it could be possible and very likely that that there are pedivores in the world, you know? No. And that's an idea, that's a reality that I just kind of have to cope with.
Yeah.
But I don't like internalize it, you know? I haven't been, you know, eaten.
No.
But that's the American way.
Compartmentalizing.
Yeah, like, compartmentalizing, competing, you know, like I think that I moved out here to this state thinking that it was going to be like much more collectivist, but like the gas, you know, the fucking gas leak. No, the gas leak that's happening, you know, there's like literally some shit where something just exploded and there's chemicals in the air, and I'm like, we never talk about all that.
No, we just go to work.
We're just like, no, California's progressive.
Oh no.
You know, like it's crazy. It really is. Like I think that it must. I don't know. What do you think? You're also in a weird spot because I don't want you to feel like you have to say anything that's shocking.
Right.
But everything there is to say is shocking.
It is.
So I can't even really ask you that question. You want to change the subject?
Skip, like the YouTube skip button immediately.
Yeah, I don't want to put you on that spot. You
know?
I can be crazy, but I don't want you to catch
to go there.
Yeah. No, you. I mean, we could talk about it off air. I just don't want you to have to feel like you're on record as a foreigner.
The representational foreigner.
Yeah, a foreigner talking about America never really plays very well.
I think everyone's doing their best, and things are just happening in a way that is not helpful for everyone, or the majority, at least.
Yeah, internationally.
Yeah,
for sure. Well. What's the plan? Are you interested in staying here long term, or are you going back to Johannesburg with your degree? What is the plan?
I haven't been to Europe before, and I was thinking, since I'm on a world tour, you know, South Africa, and then here in the US, it'd be very cool to see the rest of the world, the East as well. I haven't been to like Japan, which would be quite cool, and residencies are international, so you can like literally travel to a place and make more art, or I could just go back to my architecture job and just clock in. It'll really depend on just where I end up with what I'm making at Otis at the moment and what opportunities exist by the end of my program.
Any particular European countries you're interested in?
No, I'd have to like sit down and be like, I'm not sure where. I know I wanted to go to Germany before the US, something about Berlin, and
we got listeners. Shout out to listeners in Germany. I'm proud because I got more listeners in Germany than in any English-speaking country.
Ooh.
And in Singapore and Vietnam.
Really?
I'm like, damn, yo. I was like, early on, I was like, oh, I gotta get these numbers in England. Now I'm like, fuck it, I got Vietnam.
No, that's right. We don't any country that's willing to invest and listen.
No, I'm
yeah.
totally for it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it makes it feel like what happens here is more universal and relatable, you know?
Of which probably artists live all over the world. So
Yeah.
tune in.
But so then what are you thinking about, like are you at all following the idea of pursuing like a gallery career? Is that something that appeals to you? I used to appeal to me, but now I'm a little bit iffy on it.
Really? Is it because of the institutional sort of requirements, or?
No, it just seems like hard work.
I'm tired.
It seems like a lot.
Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, I like making the stuff, but like I'm joking a little bit. But yeah, it seems tough. I guess what I'm saying is valid to not necessarily want to do that, you know, because there's institutional careers. You could be in museums and stuff. I'm just more curious as to where you see yourself, because I mean, you've been an artist your whole life. You just kind of focused on a more pragmatic way of being. It sounded like when you went to architecture, or did you not know you were an artist until, like, when did you start calling yourself an artist?
Well, I would say my whole life.
Okay.
But also, there's a part of my brain that can never just do one thing. And I think my mom's like the only person that's really understood this, which is how I was able to go into architecture, because you use a lot of different parts of like your art brain and your science brain. It all comes together. So it's very fragmented right now, but hopefully I can just do all of these like careers. Can I just do all of them?
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it will expand the creative direction my life can go into, like art direction. If I happen to get into shows, I can show my work, and maybe also make buildings as well. Like, it'd be kind of cool to not limit myself, and like wherever the seasons take me as well. Because I mean, my architecture background is very hard to shake off, because I've been doing that for almost a decade now.
Wow.
So I mean, that's been trugging along. I've also been tinkering, making things, and now I'm giving my art practice like its full space. I get a studio, and I get to kind of tinker in a way that's not so structural. No one has to come in and check is this legal? Like, there's no paperwork. I can make the weird thing, and there's no inspector that's gonna be like, well, actually, it's a centimeter off. So that's like the fun and the freedom I get right now. But I also respect that you know, there are regulations, and people must be able to live in these structures. So it's nice to kind of be fluid and live between the structure and the structureless, and kind of just play in between that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, like, maybe it would be so nice if you could just not have to worry about killing people.
I want people to live. I would love for people to live.
Yeah, there was that one building that collapsed not too long ago in Surfside in Miami, and my mom knew somebody that lived there that wasn't in the building. But it just like all fell. So that's crazy, dude. And then all of a sudden, all the condos had to be like, it just sent a surge because people hadn't been maintaining these buildings, these old buildings. So it's not even just designing.
No, it's maintenance
and all that shit.
There's probably regulations for that too. Like, person's supposed to go around, check, and then bother the people that own it, get things.
Well, people are like having to pay like 10 grand to get, you know, all of a sudden out of nowhere, and then some of the building, whatever. We're getting.
I'm
into
sorry.
We're getting into
the tea.
No, I'll tell you off air. But yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of responsibility. I don't think I could handle the stress. Meanwhile, I'm getting into healthcare, but it's different. You know, it's more immediate. Like the idea of just getting something off and then like your whole building done. It's crazy.
Imagine, or it like wearing over time, and then you don't like go and check to make sure that it's gonna be okay for people to be in there.
You were once so proud.
Ooh, no shade though.
No shade. No, yeah, but. So, like, tell me a little. That's an interesting thing. I think you said something that is interesting, and it kind of ties into what I was feeling about like. What I mean by it seems very hard is like, I would love to spend 5 hours a day just in the studio and all of that, but like, what does that really look like? You know, and to get to the point where you're there takes so much work.
Okay.
that it's like it's hard for me to not hedge my bets. You know,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
have that day job. It really is a difficult thing to sort of just be like, no, I'm just gonna like. Can you imagine that? Like, I mean, maybe you're in art at grad school now, so you can do it.
That is my life.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
actually, I think it depends on like what you're working on. Like not just the medium, but the work itself. Maybe like what you're exploring, how much time it needs, how much exploration it needs as well. Especially if you're working like hands-on. Painters spend like a long time in their studios as well. With photography, it's a bit different. I found myself doing a lot more reading and research, and then you like go and take the photo and you go back and edit. But I've also been working with like printing on different surfaces. So that experimentation, you kind of get lost in it and you're like trying to figure out what method works. You have failed experiments and things that might work and things you've abandoned. So I think that's how you end up spending a lot of time. Also, editing takes a while, like editing photos.
Yeah.
Depending on like what you use.
I guess what scares me is the idea of nothing selling.
Oh, you're thinking
like the pressure. That's what kind of that's what terrifies me now that I've talked to some more people. And I know people that have fine careers, but it's just like that's pressure on your art.
I haven't even conceptualized making money. I'm just like,
you know, but you get what I'm saying? Like, and I, for most of my art career, like when I started this podcast, I was like, oh yeah, I'm an artist and I have a day job, and I like didn't even care if I had a career, you know? So, but like, yeah, that's high stakes, dog.
How to make money.
Or what, like an example that Ferris, I think he said on air, maybe I shouldn't, whatever, it's not crazy,
right?
But like if your gallerist doesn't like the work, they're also not going to try to push it that hard.
No, they're not.
You know, so it's just there are so many things that are involved with the ideal of painting and becoming a painter and becoming a successful artist.
Yeah,
that scares me.
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the safety bubble that the schools offer, but I have not I've not been worried about that. I mean, we just had open studios. Curators came in. Gallerists, very important people came in, and I was just asking about their day. Like, hey, how was your day?
Oh, that's the best way to do it.
Here's some candy. Yeah. Here's my work. I was like, not trying to sell anything.
No. They don't want to feel like a wallet.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like maybe too early in my career to be like pushing that, and then.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's the thing that like doing the podcast and talking to people that are doing it. It's like when you really think about it, it's like it's actually kind of terrifying.
A little bit.
But don't worry about that.
Okay.
Your job right now, and you're well positioned. I'm more outside because I don't have famous gallerists come into my studio.
I mean, come to Otis.
But yeah, like I don't know. What do you like about America and the art world? Like
here?
Yeah, in LA, and like maybe tell me a little bit about how it's different. Because it is so huge here. I can't imagine it's that big in
South Africa. Just from going to art galleries, you guys are like a lot more international. So I think some of my favorite South African artists have exhibited here, but you don't get a lot of like foreign artists going to South Africa as much.
That makes sense.
It's only like a couple galleries that are like kind of, oh, this person's coming here. So it's like it's a bigger market, higher value, a lot more
here.
Yeah, I would say. It's intimidating in that way, but for a person who just enjoys going to see the work, it's a lot more accessible. Some of my favorite artists and photographers that have been studying their works for a long time, I can actually go see their work in real life, which is so cool.
Yeah.
You stand in front of like a Wolfgang Tillmans print and it's like giant. After staring at it like on a screen, it's like it's like transformative. I don't know. I'm really grateful for that experience, just to be able to see it as well. So I mean, even on that scale, just
Yeah, yeah.
access, the size of it, the value. If you can, I think if you can make it here, you probably can go anywhere and show your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many different layers to it too. There's like different communities. It really is so vast. It's like an ocean, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's trying to find every artist is like trying to account for every drop.
Every artist in LA.
That'd be insane.
Yo,
that'd be insane. There's somebody that
Yeah.
has a project called the Artist Census. I don't know how that's doing, but
Oh gosh.
but yeah, man, like the task of keeping track of all of us is like insane.
I think that's like there's a richness to that. There's
Yeah,
like the abundance of just creative energy, people, you know, at different importance levels, value levels, just making stuff. And I think that's beautiful. Not everyone gets that luxury. I mean, I know we all work 9 to 5s, but some people, that's like their whole lives. They can't like do a 9 to 5 and then also do art. It's like it
Yeah.
drains them. They end up falling out of it too.
Well, it's definitely cool that there are artists that are successful enough to like not, you know. And I've had a few on the show, which some of them don't even teach at all,
They're
you
just
know.
like this.
But I think I know a couple that they don't teach the same way that like the Road Warriors do. They maybe will teach 1 or 2 classes,
Okay.
you know,
Here and there.
and then that. But it's really cool. I mean, I'm so lucky to like live here and do it. I can't imagine that I could do this anywhere else. I think it would probably be really annoying in New York because this space would be like 5 times
half the size.
half the size,
Double the price.
and double the price. Yeah. It's funny. You there's like the way that you say some words reminds me of how I sounded when I was losing my British accent.
Really? Oh no.
No, it's fine.
It's like a weird transitional accent, and then you end up sounding more Californian.
Yeah,
Is that how it works?
yeah, or American. I actually ended up sounding more Miami, bro.
Oh yeah, because Florida. It's okay.
I was there. But yeah, can you tell me a little bit more about like your favorite your favorite artists that you've discovered while you've been in LA? We talked a little bit about the
South African one.
the South African artists, but like how did coming over here? Because it seems like you have access to a lot more different cultural perspectives here.
Yes.
Were there any people that you were surprised at, like, oh, I like an artist from Korea? I mean, not that would be a surprise, but I'm saying like you didn't necessarily anticipate like being like, oh shit, I really resonated with the cultural perspective of this art.
Oh yeah, maybe a couple Mexican artists, but I'm like struggling to remember their names. But also even just being like my cohort and being around artists that are like from all over the US. I don't know if I can maybe place some of them. Like Kimberly, who's in my cohort, makes very interesting photographic works. And it's from like her Mexican culture. So that's like a more like closer linkage. I can't think of any.
So you don't relate to like Damien Hirst.
I mean,
British.
Yes. some of his work. There's probably a ton. I think Philip, what's his name? Delorca? What is his name?
You can just describe the kind of work.
It's like, I think he actually takes artificial lighting and he places it on location. And it's like really punchy, sort of looking cinematic photos.
Gregory Crutzen type?
Yeah, I think so. So I mean, work like that I was not aware of before. And then I came here and you get to see their work and it's like, okay, maybe I want to make more work like that. And it's photographic too, so.
That's cool to think about, like the access to influence.
Yeah.
You know, that you have in certain opportunities that you guys are taking it all for granted. All you Angelinos.
A little bit. Yeah.
I don't mean that like in a nasty way. I mean like it's just natural, you know, like but we are not short of richness here.
No, there's so many. Especially in photography as well. It's just, I don't know, I'm blanking, but there's a lot of Los Angeles born photographers who I was not aware of because it's so like niche and geographically like specific
Mhm.
that I would not have come across. I'm thinking of the surname Hernandez, but I forgot his first name.
It's all good.
And
Don't get hung up on that.
I'm
We
like-
can talk about art without knowing the names.
okay,
Yeah.
but he was like born and raised here. He was working with medium format cameras, and he was just documenting like domestic spaces.
Yeah.
Well into like the present, and I don't know. I just like his work, and had never thought of like documenting my own, like where I'm from in a similar sort of way, I would say maybe. So I don't know. There's just a lot I would not have come across if I had not come here.
Yeah.
And even just in being with in my program with the professors I get to work with, it's like it's a thing that's in the present and like available right now with the people I'm with.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Very specific to the time.
No, that's interesting. Especially that cinematic. It's because that's like that. I don't know where Crutzen is from, but it does like all those photographs. They just feel like Hollywood. You know? There's like
something.
there's something so hyper real about them that you wouldn't get if you were just taking like candid photos.
No.
Are you mostly a fan of portraiture? Like, what is the photography that like okay, let's do it. Let's do it like this.
Yeah.
Pick a book. The Animals, The Americans, or Henry Wessel.
The Americans, because I think we did a reading for that book in photo one. So and it was like a poetic descriptions of like images.
That's the Jack Kerouac intro. The Jack Kerouac for The Americans, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Kerouac here.
I remember that reading actually. It was very descriptive.
It's one of the more important ones because
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of On the Road.
You're not? No.
I'm with what's his name? That's not writing, that's typing.
Oh. Okay.
But no. I mean, but this is actually a really important one.
Yeah.
And basically what he says is that, and this I stand by that. Is the he uses some crazy words though.
Some of them. I just
he
found
uses the old school polite N-word.
Right. That's not the part my professor got us to read. It was just very descriptive and beautiful, and it was like an introduction to film photography and like capturing the atmosphere of a photo. And he writes about the photo, and I'm not even sure if he shows the photos.
Yeah.
It was just a nice way to think about, like, I don't know, the world that lives in a photo through words, which is another form.
Yeah. So do you are you with him on the idea that there is no narrative photography?
No.
You don't. You're
I
not
think
with him. You think. Yeah,
it can be.
I'm kind of with him on that, but it's fair. We don't have.
Really?
Yeah. We don't have to argue it. I just want to.
We can.
We can.
We can.
I'll fist fight a 12-year-old about photography.
I don't know. I think, especially if you look at family photos, which have their own stories, if you construct stories, I think a picture has its own world and narrative that's like built into it. It's really hard to run away from, unless you're doing like abstract.
Yeah, but I think that if like the story of the photograph, if you're in the family, but if a stranger finds it on the beach, does it communicate the same thing? Does it have the story inherently built into the image?
Well, I mean, if you look at a series of photographs over time, you can place together, and then the family was together in this context, and then they had a celebration, and maybe a couple people trickle off the photos, and you imagine maybe they're gone, and I don't know, you can place yourself in that loss, or relate in some way. I don't know. I
still agree with him, but that's fair. That's fair. I'm not. People hate me for saying that. For prescribing to. I have many opinions that upset people, so it's okay.
Okay,
but
it's okay.
But to be fair, this is Robert Frank's opinion too. So
right.
But and the idea, basically, for people that are not deep into the discourse, the idea is basically that a photograph is poetic it has literative this is like straight from Jack Kerouac's thing, has literative meaning, literary meaning. It's lyrical is actually how he says it. I think he says it's lyrical. It has things that hint at narrative, but they don't have narrative. And then there's that famous picture of like the two people that on a train that look like they're lovers.
Oh yeah,
but they're not. So the camera lies to you a lot, you know. So I just think, but it is an interesting one of those like proofs in math for photography of like, yeah, you can kind of argue it, but it's
story.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole discourse about photography and truth in itself. Like, whose truth, who gets to tell the truth? You know, there's power imbalances, perspectives. So yeah, there's a lot weaved into the discourse.
No, it's a rich one. Do you have any like hot takes? Like in terms of like, because I've had people come on and they're like, oh, street photography is kind of bogus if you do it certain ways. Like, do you have no-nos?
Well, I don't.
Do you have like hard and fast rules that you think like, you know,
might trigger some people?
No, just the idea of like, the tool has so much power that you can use it irresponsibly. And like for example, taking pictures of people that don't have access to privacy because they live on the streets and things like that. Yeah. Do you have any kind of feelings like about photography? Just it's stuff that you think is gauche or like maybe like unethical or stuff like that, or that's
actually so funny. I was having a conversation with my friend about that, like photography and ethics. And okay, for my first crit at Otis, I went out into the street. It was Hollywood, like the strip where the stars are, and I was photographing that area, and I took a couple photos. When I came back from like developing them, I realized I took a photo of someone who's literally kind of like looking at me like, you know, like what's happening. And in the moment, I think I was not like aware of that, you know, confusion or power imbalance. So when you mention ethics, that's like the photo that comes to my brain. Like I should never have taken that photo. She did not consent. And,
well, but I think there's fairness to being out in public. I think, you know, if that person doesn't want to be like, the power imbalance with the unhoused person is that like you have access to doors that keep you private and they don't,
right?
You know, and so they don't have privacy, so you kind of. Like I think
take the photo.
If you're taking the photo, you're like really violating them. I think on some level. But if it's just some asshole that doesn't want to be photographed, it's like fuck you, you're out.
I mean, you say that, but it was such a layered situation because I think she was selling like stuff on the street. So I mean, there might have been a level of unsafety, like who's this photographing me? Yeah. You know, I don't know, documentation. So kind of a sensitive sort of dynamic there. So in that way, I'm like, okay, you know, I need to be maybe a bit more aware. I do make it a point to not photograph people who don't want to be photographed. Homeless people, definitely, that's like a no.
But that's a standard rule.
Yes, and I try to ask before, like, especially if I'm doing more like fashion, if someone's wearing a sickening outfit, I will ask them. I will like, please, you're like dressed so well. And then
is that a Gen Z thing or is that a South Africa thing? The sickening outfit.
The sickening, well, Gen Z. Okay. Gen Z. I'm like barely, but I think it's I mean, just to document.
You Gen Alpha. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, almost 30. Yeah, I'm getting up there. But yeah, just to document like the place and the people. It's nice you can also kind of see it in the image. If a person's posing and they're like, I consented, I'm here. There's a different radiance in the image to someone who's kind of like, you stole the photo and they're kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's a different frequency or vibrancy to the photo, I think.
So you prefer the collaborative documentation of people, which is what portraiture is. Yeah. Essentially.
I prefer, I do try my best sometimes, you know, I snap a photo and there's someone who jumps into the frame or like more candid. That happens. And, you know, I won't use that photo, posted it publicly, but sometimes I get
wow, so you do have a strict ethics. Do you judge people that do post candids?
No.
Or it's just more for your own comfort?
it's for my own comfort. It's like just what I'm comfortable participating in. And that's like the whole, like when you put your camera down, you're like, I made it work. Was everyone in this? Like, were they happy? How do you feel about it? What's the energy around it? That's like really important.
Have you ever argued with somebody over which is the good one?
The photo?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
With a subject?
Yes,
how does that go? And you have to negotiate and convince them?
Oh my gosh. It was for my lighting studio class where we work with like artificial images. I was taking a picture of my friend Moose and I was showing him all the photos I took. And I was like, I think this is the best one. And I put that one up for crit. And he was like, you used the worst photos of me. Like, oh, I can't believe. And I was like, but the light is perfect. And, you know, he has a neutral facial expression. And I'm like, you know, I was so convinced. I was like, this is the photo. And he's like, no.
He didn't feel handsome?
No. I was like,
wow.
You know. So there is that level of.
I'm so happy drawing lines.
You're like, I'm free from upsetting people.
Man, it literally was the worst part was picking pictures to promote. People. Like it would give me anxiety.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's like, it really is. It's like, do they think I am making them look bad on purpose? You know, like there's all those little layers of it.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I'm just trying to get it done.
Just the technical, the lighting, the composition. Yeah. You know, we have our own thoughts about what makes a good image, and then they have their perception of, I think I look fabulous in this way. And some people even say my best side is my right side, and all their photos are kind of there's like a whole
Mariah Carey,
right? Ariana Grande, those people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do my best, and what I've started doing with portraits, I kind of like edit a whole bunch of them, and I let the people pick. And then I only use the ones that they're happy with showing out in the world. And the rest that just go in the archives. They just sit there.
Has anyone ever been like, yo, I look haunted and vulnerable. Please don't show me this way.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
And then I had to like just not ever show that photo to anyone ever.
Wow.
And I actually had an experience with someone who wanted the actual negative of the film. She was like, I really just don't want my image out there like that. And I mean, before I was like,
the internet changes things. That is fair, because you can't take it down if it goes up.
No.
And the trust that they have to have in you.
Yes, I mean.
Wow, that's such a thing that I don't come across.
Right.
Even doing this, you know, like people are mostly pretty cool in that. Is that a phone?
That's probably right. I'll get back to them. Hopefully no one's dying.
No, yeah. I mean, we're almost done anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, that's crazy. The idea of it's almost like you've captured their soul.
Well, you know, indigenous people do believe that. And
is that true?
The capturing of the soul?
Is that true, or is that something that happened once and that like it became a thing? I don't know. I'm not challenging you. I'm just like, I'm in that state. Maybe someone who ate children told us that.
No,
it's probably valid.
I try to be super respectful of what realities might exist for people, and if they have a fear in their heart and I don't understand the logic of it, I'm just like, you don't want this to exist. Yeah, for sure. Here's your negative. I want you to be happy. I want the exchange of this to be something that was positive, even if I don't get to keep the photo. Like, take the negative. I'm not gonna.
Well, it's the same thing with this. Like, if someone's not happy with the episode, it's not coming out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it depends. Like, depends what. Let me clarify. I will cut shit out of an episode. If the episode is insalvageable, I'm not going to make you look bad. If you were a tremendous dick to me, it'll be our secret.
Oh my gosh. You could also use AI apparently I don't know.
They're using it now to like
deep fakes.
Like for dubbing.
Okay.
You know, like they'll dub and then they'll dub the movie and then they'll like use AI to like make the mouth move. And it's so creepy.
It's so scary. I do not consent to that.
You do not consent to speaking languages you don't know?
No.
No, with a different voice.
You guys are going to have to pick up some English dictionaries and hear it in English.
I was like thinking you were going to say, you're going to have to teach me your language.
No, too much work. Sorry.
All right. Well, it's been lovely. Thank you so much
yes.
For telling us so much about why America sucks. And I'm kidding. I set you up so badly, and I was like, shit, I fucked up.
No.
It's like you can't talk about current events without like spiraling.
Yeah.
At this point, but no, it was lovely to talk to you. Thank you for your time. Anything that we can promote for you? Do you have any shows coming up? Your Instagram, stuff like that? Your website?
Shows. I'm not allowed to say anything about the show yet.
Okay.
But I have an Instagram.
You have an Instagram?
Yes.
You have two.
I have two Instagrams. So if you follow the one, the other page will be on there. It's azol.e. And then my other page is on the main page. That's on there.
Cool. And thank you guys. If you enjoyed this conversation, please like and subscribe. Leave a little heart comment, even if that will help us. Any comments help us get more into the algorithm. Rate us 5 stars wherever you can. And I love that. Wherever you can. Any opportunity to rate us 5 stars, do it. Wherever you see 5 stars option for rating, go ahead. And if you want to help us out financially, you can join our patrons and get on the Patreon scroll and get early access to episodes. Shout out to our patrons, Tony Irons, M. Trishkovsky, Nick Lowe, Amir Zaki, Hiroshi Clark, Jackie Castillo, and Christopher Reyes. Thank you guys so much for that support. It is super validating. It's also a row of heavy hitters, so I don't mind that too much. It's a pretty good flex to have these guys on your patron scroll. So thank you guys for that, and we'll be back next week with another guest and another topic that may or may not be art related.